pre-bans coming out. Nikki on one side, your beloved monster, one of the highest win rate units in RTA right now, and Volantis on the other side. So Lonely does not want to see that very strong reactive unit, the AoE strip, and picks that Vanessa. Let's see what RAIGEKI does right now. Quick answer with double sustain.
Yeah, double sustain, Abelio and Raccoon. That is very surprised to see that coming from RAIGEKI in a response to the Vanessa. Like we said before, the Vanessa was probably going to be coming out with that the Cigar as well. The Bastet, interesting to see that pop out right here. And then RAIGEKI, all right, so I do like the lore and I do like that Kano. Ooh, the drafting's coming out very quickly. Barbara into a Narsha from Lonely. That is exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. The Bastet with the turn 1, the speed lead. The question right now is with the Laura on the table, but no speed lead. Even if it picks another starter right here, it'll be very difficult to fight against the Lonely turn 1 comp. So he goes for full sustain. The Nana, the revive coming back. So now he has the choice. Bans the revive, bans the reset on the other side. And the question right now, is there enough damage on these double beast riders and also the Bastet? Any pick there, a Leo, a Nana-less pick could have done it. Turn 1 goes to the Barbara. Here we go. Is going to go for starting of the attack. Does she go for it? It's strangely stoic. It's faster than the Bastet, so no attack buff for her.
Yeah, no attack buff there. I mean, by no surprise, that's it ruined up very, very quickly. Barbara is known to be as quick as that as well. Second skill, we're looking to set up a defense break to try and pump off with this Nasha. Nasha, attack buff primed and ready to get rid of that Laura.
Oh my god, so much damage. The one unit that has the control against these two water units is off the table. Even though we still have the Carnal over here, there's a Bastet and there's a Barbara on the other side. So you'll try to get the control skill 3. No stuns, only 2 slows applied. And now he has the opportunity to get some death breaks in, some glancing, and a lot of debuffs from the Bastet skill 2. What are you expecting to Lonely do right here? Which monster should he target right now?
Oh, he's definitely going to go after that Karna right now. Karna's going to be the only thing that RAIGEKI can kind of pull himself out of the position that he's in right now. Lonely, I would honestly say he's just in full control. We need to see full provokes coming out from RAIGEKI. If RAIGEKI thinks he wants to turn this thing around, that heal block is just perfect. Sitting on top of that Kana right now, he's not able to heal that unit. Raccoon's got a really big job to fill, but I think Lonely's just sitting too pretty at the moment for this Raccoon to try and pull RAIGEKI out of the hole he's in.
Beautiful strategy, Stoic. Very unexpected to shift into that Bastet. Had the triple elements right here, and like you said, the heal block was so clutch. It didn't allow neither the Raccoon or the Abelio to do anything, so right now he's still trying to fight off the Vanessa, getting rid of the Reviver so he can have a chance, but even the Death Break lands and Raccoon doesn't cleanse it. The Narsha will have a big opening, but beautiful skill 2 into the cleanse, and now he'll have some time. Let's see if the Narsha applies enough damage with the skill.
Yeah, that's so crazy. There's just so much aggression coming out of Lonely. Honestly, I'm a big fan of Lonely's craft right now. This kind of aggression is kind of what we were expecting to see when it comes to America's Cup. But like I said, I was very surprised for RAIGEKI when he brought out that Abelio and Raccoon as his first picks here, because it just felt very defensive and reactive to what Lonely was going to be bringing. And Lonely just did absolutely phenomenal here, taking round 1 away from RAIGEKI.
Very good note, Stoic. You talked about it. We said we're expecting the opposite. RAIGEKI to be the aggressor and Lonely to be the one reacting. But he swapped roles, and this did not work well for RAIGEKI on the first match. Do you think he will adapt to that right now and go for his turn 1 units? The ban right now on the Oliver coming out that we did not see being picked on the last one.
It's a perfect ban, in my opinion, coming out of Lonely to ban out that Oliver, moving that 33 speed lead. Interesting ban on top of that Ethna, though, so I think that's a little surprising to see that from RAIGEKI, but he must know something we don't. That Sekhmet is going to come up for RAIGEKI, and I think this should say like a lot for RAIGEKI's draft. I think Lonely can already like think about the route that RAIGEKI's trying to take.
We like this more for sure. Adapting to turn one, picking up the Laura, the Sekhmet, super high base speed, plus the speed lead right now. So he's completely swapping what we talked about that didn't work for the game one. And Lonely's probably really used to these comps as well. The Nikki coming out, so some sustain, lots of damage. The Vanessa, now the question is, does he still bring the Sagar, or does he bring something else to withstand this amount of damage coming out of from RAIGEKI? The Juno is a great sustain unit, and then whoa, are we seeing another Suiki?
Yeah, the Suiki coming out here. I think the Juno is actually a premeditated pick here. I think he was expecting to see that Volantis pop out from RAIGEKI. So Juno's never a horrible unit to just drop onto the field, especially when you get some sort of value out of it. I think the Teor is hyper aggressive. I really, really do like the Teor here, but because of the two fire units that we already see, even the Suiki as well, I think the Teor is already looking like the ban right now going against RAIGEKI. So let's see what Lonely's going to bring to the field. Whatever it is definitely going to be something capitalizing on potentially banned.
I was going to say, a Leo, please, to counter the Tableau Jameer. That's a must ban. The question now is, how do you deal with the Tableau Jameer combo even without the water unit? He's gonna get an opportunity to deal lots of damage with this Laura. No cuts in the middle there. He'll need maybe a counter from the Juno. She does cut in, and that is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous indeed. Let's see if he goes for that second skill. The second skill always comes off as a desperation move if he tries to go for it, but he ends up cycling a little bit of skill 1 into that Jameer. No despair stuns coming out, though. Just some skill 1s. You can tell what RAIGEKI really wants to get rid of, and it's going to be that high damage Suiki.
And now beautiful goes for the reset on the Nikki. Here comes skill 3 from the Laura. Let's see how much damage those artifacts do. A lot of damage on the Nikki, some damage on the Vanessa. Resets cool time. Now once again the Juno cutting gets a stun on the Tableau. That is so clutch, Stoic.
Yeah, really big despair stuns there with that Juno. It was very, very well timed. Glad he held on to that second skill there. I think we were expecting to see a lot more damage. Well, not a lot more damage coming into that. Laura put out around like 3k per hit, which is excellent here. We have a very nice defense break resist coming from Jameer, though. So definitely keeping RAIGEKI still in a good place right now. Lonely, I don't count him out of this just yet. He still has units. He still has a Kokos. Kokos able to proc, but that first skill can get out of hand here. But we are going to see a return dice happening here, and we'll see what happens with RAIGEKI. He does have lots of skills up right now.
Oh, gets the reset. Beautiful. Once again, the Laura coming in. She can kill 2 units and 2 go down. The Suiki's probably saying goodbye again. Beautiful proc, and this is not a job for Juno. Juno versus the world. Here we go. Even with applying a lot of debuffs, this Juno is done. RAIGEKI takes game 2.
Well done. That was awesome. Like, what a great match that we had there. So nothing felt like very one-sided or anything. We had some really, really good back and forth right there. And I think that's the kind of draft I would like to see from RAIGEKI. I'm not a fan of that Abelio Raccoon, and I really hope that's not what we see from RAIGEKI, because I feel like that more aggressive draft style, that play style for RAIGEKI is technically what we should be seeing on most of his plays here. But we'll see. I want to know if Lonely's going to adjust here.
You called it, my friend. We talked about it on game 1. It did not match his playstyle. We go back to the pre-ban on the Volantis, but now RAIGEKI says you're not going to get the Narsha. You're not going to get the turn 1 snipe fully on the table. So the question right now is, will he stick with the Vanessa? On Lonely side, it seems like the cornerstone of his team, and does RAIGEKI answer right now with the Laura or the Sekhmet? No, going Bruiser.
I definitely like the Bruiser route. So I wasn't a big fan of the Abelio. I don't think Abelio should be drafted early. I like the Abelio drafted later on. So obviously Raccoon, I think a Raccoon's always great. And now that we see the count on here, we're going to see some like turn 2 control coming out of RAIGEKI. Potentially. I love the Nikki and I love the Cigar. The Cigar obviously being teamed up with that Vanessa like we have seen in the past. 33 speed lead, Cigar going first. RAIGEKI needs a good response right now to these 2 units on the field. Clearly he's taking his time.
We talked about the Sekhmet and the Laura, and they do come out. Like you said, I love the Nikki. Even to counter the Raccoon, the heal block is so strong. The question now is, will Lonely close out with a second speed lead and another fast unit? Brings out some reaction with the likes of Juno and Josephine. trying to make sure that the control from Cardinal and the Laura is not too oppressive. The question now is, does RAIGEKI answer with one more sustained unit, or does he try to move something out of the field with control and a speed lead? And it's Oliver finally coming out. What do you like as a ban on the Lonely side?
On Lonely's side of the field, I do think he has to ban out that 33 speed lead Vanessa. Ban that out there, and then the Sekhmet's going to outspeed, because I think both 33 speed leads are going to get banned out here. The Oliver, I think, was the perfect unit to hit the field here because of the Josephine after that. Oliver getting banned by no surprise. 33 speed lead, we should be seeing a Cigar taking turn 1.
Yeah, is this a Swift or a Vile Cigar? It is slower. It's a Vile Cigar. Gets reset. The Juno is very fast, though. We know it's on Despair. He got a couple stunts, but with the 33 coming in, can he get the strip? Does not, and keeps it. The Nikki can't apply a lot of things, get the proc, a lot of damage, but he doesn't have the reset from Sagar anymore. What will he do?
Yeah, he does not. Looks like Lonely's going to put a lot of focus right now into that Sekhmet, remove that thing from the field here, because Sekhmet's got a lot of debuffs here. There is no he does have that reset. He wants to make sure that thing's gone to keep his skills up with that Nikki, because Nikki, I think, is going to be the really big play setter right now for Lonely. So let's see what happens here, because I know he's got that third skill available. Does go for Toy Knight. He wants to land all of his stuns. Only gets one stun, though.
Look at that Stoic, and also the proc from Sagar was super important, but the Cardinal comes in with lots of damage, triple stun on the field, and this slows all across everything. The heal block needs to come in from the Sekhmet right now to not let the Juno heal up the whole team, and this is incredible, my friend.
Yeah, Sekhmet coming in so clutch right now. Definitely the unit that Lonely needs to get rid of was that Sekhmet. Getting those heal blocks was ideal. We knew that Juno was going to be proccing out there, but no one else is going to receive any healing right now. Big damage coming out of Laura. Obviously, the Vanessa passive still going to be up there, but I'm sure RAIGEKI doesn't mind too much because he has the aggression right now. He has attack or pushback. He doesn't have any skills at the moment, but he definitely has just a more well-rounded draft in this case.
Yes, we gotta call it like we see it. The Cardinal pick was incredible. It came in the clutch. The Juno's trying to bring it back, but it's gonna be Juno against the world again, and Salt in the Wound with the Laura, getting the sleep, getting the extra turn, and the Raccooni, the heals coming in, the team surviving, and Cardinal, the MVP of this match. Did you see the damage? Is this a crit damage Cardinal? Because this hits so hard.
It might be a crit rate Connell. I know we've seen a lot of crit rate Connells in the past here, so that's potentially why we saw all this damage coming out of it. But RAIGEKI, it was the draft that came down to it. I did not like RAIGEKI's first draft, but clearly he adjusted. We got a much better RAIGEKI in round number 2. I think a big congrats for Lonely for taking that match there, and I love to see the aggression, but well done. Previous America's Cup champion, RAIGEKI.